Building a body that turns heads and commands respect isn't about having elite genetics or spending 4 hours a day in a crowded gym. Most people believe that muscle growth is a slow and grueling process, reserved only for the genetically gifted few who were born to be athletes. But the truth is that most lifters are unintentionally sabotaging their gains by following outdated advice that completely ignores how human physiology actually works. After analyzing the latest exercise science and proven muscle-building methodologies, we have uncovered a formula that forces your muscles to grow by manipulating specific biological triggers. This is a calculated and strategic approach that works for anyone, regardless of where you are starting from today or what your past failures look like. We are moving past the cliché advice of drinking more water and sleeping more to give you the exact blueprint for rapid hypertrophy and a stronger physique. The first step to massive growth is fundamentally changing how you count your efforts in the gym every single day. Most people walk into the weight room and perform a fixed number of repetitions because that is what their favorite influencer or a piece of paper told them to do. They do 3 sets of 10 or 4 sets of 8 like a robot because they think the magic happens at that specific number. But your body does not function like a clock, and your strength levels change every single day based on your stress and your food. If you stop at 10 repetitions just because the program says so, but you actually had 5 more repetitions left in the tank, then you are wasting your potential. A much smarter approach is to focus on your movement deficit by using a system called repetitions in reserve. This means you stop your set only when you feel you are 1 or 2 repetitions away from total muscular failure. It does not matter if that happens at the 8th repetition or the 12th repetition, as long as the effort is high. By training this way, you ensure the intensity is always high enough to spark new muscle growth in every single session. Science confirms that getting close to failure is what recruits the most muscle fibers and creates the necessary stimulus for change. This method also allows your body to self-adjust based on how you feel that day, so you never overtrain or undertrain. But you should save total failure for only the very last set of an exercise to avoid burning out your nervous system too early. You also need to find the perfect balance between the weight on the bar and how you actually move that weight through space. Execution is vital for hypertrophy, but lifting heavy loads is equally important for creating mechanical tension. You have likely seen the person at the gym swinging massive weights with terrible form just to look strong in the mirror. But you have also seen the person lifting tiny weights so slowly that it looks more like a meditation session than a workout. Neither of these extremes is ideal for building a powerful physique or gaining real-world strength. You need a weight that is heavy enough to be a genuine challenge, but light enough that you can master the entire range of motion. If you can do 15 perfect repetitions when your goal was 10, then the weight is far too light to trigger growth. But if you are cheating and using momentum or your whole body to swing the weight by the 5th repetition, then it is too heavy. Real progression happens when you increase the load slowly while keeping your technique perfect and your muscles under control. We will show you the real secret to breaking through plateaus in just a minute, but first, we need to talk about the importance of recovery. To keep growing long-term, you must implement a strategic deload every 4 to 8 weeks to let your body heal. Training at maximum intensity forever leads to joint pain and central nervous system fatigue that will eventually stop your progress. A deload is a planned week where you reduce your training volume by half or use much lighter weights than usual. This is not a week to be lazy or skip the gym, but a week to let your tendons and ligaments catch up to your muscle growth. Oftentimes, you will come back much stronger after a deload because you have finally cleared away the layers of accumulated fatigue. If you are feeling unmotivated or your joints are aching, then it is a clear sign your body is begging for this short break. But even with perfect recovery, you might be leaving massive gains on the table if your training frequency is too low. The old school way of training a muscle group only once a week is actually quite inefficient for natural lifters. Muscle protein synthesis usually stays elevated for only about 24 to 48 hours after an intense workout. If you only train your chest on Monday, then that muscle stays idle and ignored for the next 5 or 6 days of the week. Studies show that training each muscle group 2 or 3 times a week results in significantly more growth over time. You can do this by splitting your total weekly sets across 2 different sessions instead of doing them all at once. This keeps your muscles in an anabolic state for a much larger portion of the week, which leads to faster results. This is especially helpful for people who feel they have hit a plateau and cannot seem to get any bigger. Now I want to hear from you, so please leave a comment below with your biggest question about building muscle or your current fitness goal. Another huge mistake people make when trying to get lean and muscular is being afraid to eat healthy fats. Fats are not the enemy, and they are actually essential for your hormonal health and your brain function. Testosterone is the primary hormone for muscle building, and it is literally synthesized from cholesterol in the body. If you cut your fat intake too low, your testosterone levels will drop, and your progress in the gym will stall out completely. You should aim for about 1 gram of fat per kilogram of body weight from quality sources like olive oil and avocados. But while you need fats, you must be very careful not to do too much cardio during your building phase. Too much aerobic exercise can actually send a signal to your body to stay small and become more energy efficient. Extreme cardio can also spike your cortisol levels, which is a stress hormone that promotes muscle breakdown. Stick to low-impact cardio like moderate walking for 30 minutes a few times a week to keep your heart healthy. This supports your cardiovascular system without stealing the resources your body needs to repair and build new muscle. If you want to maximize your time in the gym, you must focus on functional fitness through compound exercises. Movements like the deep squat and deadlift and bench press work multiple muscle groups at the very same time. These exercises allow you to lift the heaviest loads possible, which creates the most mechanical tension in the fibers. A heavy squat can even cause a natural spike in your growth hormones compared to a simple leg extension machine. Isolation exercises have their place for detail work, but compound movements should be the base of any home workout or gym routine. This helps you develop full body mobility and the kind of strength that actually carries over into your daily life. We will reveal the most effective supplement for growth in a moment, but you also need to understand periodization. You cannot do the exact same workout indefinitely and expect your body to keep changing and adapting. Your body is an incredible adaptation machine, and it eventually gets bored of the same stimulus you provide. Periodization means changing your repetitions and your intensity every few weeks in a very planned and structured way. You might spend a month focusing on heavy strength training, and then a month focusing on higher repetitions for hypertrophy. This variety keeps your progress from stalling and keeps your mind engaged in your daily routine so you do not quit. It also prevents injuries from using the exact same movement patterns over and over again for months at a time. Nutrition timing also plays a massive role in how much muscle you actually keep and how much you build. It is not just about the total amount of protein you eat, but how you distribute it throughout your entire day. Eating 60 grams of protein in one sitting is not as effective as splitting it into 2 smaller and more frequent meals. By eating protein every 3 to 4 hours, you keep the muscle-building process turned on and active all day long. Try to get at least 20 to 30 grams of high-quality protein in every meal to maximize your total results. This ensures you have a steady stream of amino acids available for muscle repair and growth at all times. Finally, you should take advantage of the most researched supplement in history, which is creatine monohydrate. Our bodies make some creatine naturally through the liver and kidneys, but not enough to maximize our gym performance. Creatine helps your cells produce energy faster, so you can squeeze out more repetitions during your heavy sets. It is completely safe for healthy individuals and provides a massive boost to muscle fullness and power output. You only need about 5 grams every single day to see the benefits for your strength building and core strength. These 10 strategies are the absolute key to moving past your genetic limits and finally seeing the results you deserve. Building a body you are proud of is a journey of consistency and making smart choices every single day. When you combine heavy lifting with smart recovery and proper nutrition, you become an unstoppable force in the gym. May you stay strong and keep pushing toward the best version of yourself every day, and subscribe to the Daily Strength Project for more tips. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to watch the next video in our playlist. There is always more to learn, and we are here to provide the science-backed facts you need to succeed.